And Starbucks is telling its baristas to be sensitive to customers as the stock market continues its wild roller coaster ride. The CEO telling employees that guests may be under a lot of stress, encouraging workers to be understanding if it impacts customers' behaviors. So we'll see if that happens. Those are a look at your headlines, and you guys are going to talk a little bit more about that, right?
Yep. Sure are. Heather, thank you for that. And now there's a Fox Business alert. If you are now looking live at the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, where markets took a dramatic plunge yesterday, wiping out nearly 600 points, sending investors into quite the panic.
So everyone was told to stay home until you start giving us positive news. That's why the floor is empty. And overnight, stocks in Asia sinking for the second straight day. So what does it mean? Host of Varney and Company is here, isn't he, Steve?
He is. So, Stuart, yesterday, $1 trillion worth of value was wiped out of the stock market. This morning, as we're looking, and this is the story, as we look at what happened overnight in Asia, they went in the tank, but now the American stock market is poised to go up 500 points. Can you explain this to me?
Can I give the news here?
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
Surprise, surprise. At 9:30 Eastern Time this morning, the Dow Jones Industrial Average will open sharply higher. If it opened right now, it will be up 500 points. I don't know what's going to happen between now and the opening bell, but it's going to go up right there at the opening bell today.
What are they looking at? What is American investors looking at that the Chinese investors aren't?
Okay, a couple of things here. Number one, some big-name American corporations have been beaten down really, really badly in this turmoil.
Even though guys like Apple tried to give us a rah-rah speech yesterday,
yeah,
right?
it was successful to some degree. Apple bounced back, but there's other big names which are still depressed, and there are bargain hunters jumping in to buy while they can at a relatively low price. Plus, European leaders overnight, Francois Hollande, Angela Merkel, went out of their way to say, China's not a problem for us. Don't worry. So up go the European markets, up goes our market. China decoupled, even though they went down overnight. We're going to go up at the opening bell.
Donald Trump says, look, I've been telling you guys this for a long time. He went on Instagram, Twitter, and any other social media he could, including our own Bill O'Reilly show, to talk about it. This is what he had to say on China and a Big Mac.
This is the greatest theft in the history of America, with the money that they've taken out. We have rebuilt China, but now it's gotten to a point they've devalued their currency to take even more from us. I would not be throwing them a dinner. We've had this conversation. I'd get them a McDonald's hamburger, and I'd say, we got to get down to work. Yeah, but I'd give them probably a double-sized Big Mac.
So that's when the president of China is coming for a steak dinner.
That's called confrontation. Now, Donald Trump has a point. We are really in bed. We are coupled with China. That is a fact.
Through the bond market?
Through the bond market. They own, I'm not sure the precise number, but it's close to $1 trillion worth of our debt. In fact, they have financed our welfare state for the last 7 years.
We buy all their stuff. They don't buy as much of our stuff.
So uncoupling, just saying, confront them, say, no, get out of here. That's not going to work. You can't just do that like
Unless we buy back our debt. But, Stuart, let me ask you something. Isn't it true it's also a free market? American companies are choosing to build products cheaply, so they're choosing to go over there, so we get cheaper products to buy over here. America's buying the cheaper stuff and loving it.
We have an enormous amount of Chinese stuff coming to America, sold at relatively low prices, which has been a real plus for American consumers. Case closed. It has been
as well as investors in those companies, like Apple, for example.
That's right. But there's a two-way flow here. We get their stuff, they get our money. Sure. They get some of our jobs, we get a lot of good, cheap stuff. That's what happens. You can't just break that connection just like that. You can't.
It's too simplistic.
It's too simplistic.
Well, we had quite a Maalox moment yesterday. What has happened today? It's going to go up at the beginning. Don't know where it's going to wind up. Don't miss Stuart Varney and the Fox Business Network. Go to foxbusiness.com/channel-finder to find him.
Thanks, everyone.
And you'll be live, right, Stuart?
Yes, sir.
We'll see you then.
They taped it a month ago.
Good word from you today. Thanks for that.
All right, let's talk.